Money Radio, thanks so much for joining us. We are back with Laura Bramnick from TalkRealEstateAZ.com. And of course, Laura is a real estate agent. She is also a real estate attorney, an attorney licensed to the State Bar of Arizona, specializing in real estate. We were just talking about the demographics, but there's also another way to look at the market, and that is really Arizona's marketplace, Phoenix marketplace, has become somewhat of an international marketplace. We have buyers from all over the world.
Absolutely, and that's the nice thing about our market is that with California next door, it's so expensive to invest there, and Phoenix is an excellent place to invest. We are growing. We have companies moving here, and people retire here, they vacation here, and it's only going to increase, which means companies will continue to move, and so it is a good place to invest. We have seen very good appreciation in our market the last few years.
But still affordable?
But still affordable, not a question, very affordable. And so we're definitely a good place to invest for foreign investment.
Well, Phoenix and Arizona is known for economic growth through in-migration. People have been moving into the state for years. That's been an engine of economic growth. And as you say, we get people from California, we get people from up north, the snowbirds that come down and visit maybe for a spring training game or something, say, wow, this is nice. And they come back down and move here.
Absolutely true. The Midwest, people from the East Coast, and of course the Canadians.
Sure.
And so we have a good broad array of different types of investors.
And really an international mix. It's not just the Canadians.
Correct.
We're getting people from all across the globe.
Not a question. From Asia and from Europe. And it really is a good place to invest. And many other international economic issues affect even our market. So things like Brexit, things like Chinese equity markets, things like the Greek debt crisis, they affect the U.S. market, and then it trickles down to our market. And so if investors want to look at real estate and they see the United States as very stable, our economy is generally more stable than a lot of other countries. And so not only that, we have safety and security here that other countries don't have. And so once they look at the United States, then they say, okay, where's it good to invest? And Arizona, because our prices are good and because we're growing, it's a good combination. The issue that is coming up now is that we have a very strong dollar. And so the exchange rate for Canadians and others is not as good as it used to be.
I think we saw really an influx of Canadians a few years ago as the Canadian dollar was strong, in part when we saw higher energy and oil prices. That's when the Canadian dollar really strengthened. And then I think we saw this influx of Canadians.
Not a question. And a lot of them not only come to invest, but they come to spend time here. And so a lot of them buy and hold. They don't necessarily just sell to make money.
A lot of people have invested in rental properties.
Yes.
Did we get a little bit ahead of ourselves here in rental properties? Is there too much rental property in the valley now?
You know, rents are rising, and I think that investment properties are still in high demand. I drive by different parts of the city and county, and I see apartment buildings going up like there's no tomorrow. You know, so we still have a big market for renters. Even though our rents are rising, there's a lot of reasons for that.
And tight inventory, right?
Yeah, tight inventory, and it just is, many people who move here aren't ready to buy right away. And we have a good shorter term rental market, snowbirds. And also some people are still recovering from the down market, meaning if they've had a foreclosure, they're not eligible to buy yet.
Right.
So they're still renting, kind of waiting it out.
You work with a lot of people, I know you worked with a lot of people who were facing foreclosure back when the market turned, roughly 10 years ago now.
Right.
10 years ago, 8 years ago, whenever it actually hit a lot of people.
Correct.
You worked with a lot of folks to make sure that they went through that process in the most advantageous way possible for them.
Yeah, it was a rough time.
It was.
People were scared. We hadn't had a market before where you couldn't sell your home for what you owed. And they also felt like foreclosure was going to ruin them financially for a very long time. And that, in fact, hasn't happened. I mean, they've been unable to buy, but other credit you can get more quickly. They can usually buy a car, get a credit card after a very short period of time.
We, of course, refer to those people as boomerang buyers.
Correct.
You work with a lot of boomerang buyers as well to make sure that they can get back into the market if that's what they want to do.
One of the issues I see in the boomerang buyer is a lot of them, when they check their credit to go apply for a mortgage, because they've waited out the time that they're required to before they're eligible, they see errors on their credit report, that the foreclosure is the wrong date, so that mortgage lenders say, no, you haven't waited enough time, or second mortgage loans that were purchase money are not reported properly, and they still show as collectible. And I probably have a couple calls a month just on that issue alone, is how do I fix my credit so that I can buy property, because what is on my credit report is incorrect.
Very important. And if you are a boomerang buyer or know someone who is, and looking to get back into the real estate market, I'd say probably one of the first calls should be to Laura Bramnick. You can help folks work through that process, understand what's on their credit, what they can clean up, and maybe even what they can't, and really get them on the path. Not only get them on the path, but actually get them into a home.
Yep, I can help them find a home.
Laura Bramnick, 480-624-2705, whether you're buying or selling real estate. And that applies to residential as well as commercial.
Yep.
Do a lot of commercial work, I know.
I do. It's very interesting, how our commercial markets are developing.
480-624-2705, 480-624-2705. The website, talkrealestateaz.com, and of course there's contact info there, talkrealestateaz.com. Laura, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Sinclair.